Hey, this is Tom here. Just wanted to let you know before the podcast starts that this is just a pilot episode. Future episodes will be much longer than this one, and sorry that Zack is so quiet. I'll fix that for next time. Thank you for listening. I'll see you around. Hey, I'm Tom,
Hello, and I'm Zack.
and this is the Battling Boredom podcast.
Today we'll be talking about boredom and how to battle it.
Today we'll mostly be focusing on the coronavirus, its effect on the world, and our suggestions of what to do while you're bored in lockdown. So, quick disclaimer before the show. Sorry that Zack sounds like he has his head in a bucket. This is a microphone issue which will hopefully be solved at a later date.
Yes. We also do not judge your living situation in this podcast. Some people do indeed live in buckets.
Yes, if you live in a bucket, then yeah, you do you, man.
Yeah.
It's your own personal choice. So, should we kick us off by talking about good luck if you need to buy any toilet paper?
Yeah, for me, life hasn't changed quite as much. It's just very difficult to get toilet paper now.
Yeah, everybody went out as soon as the coronavirus started in China. Well, as soon as it hit the UK, which is where me and Zack both live. As soon as it hit here, everybody went and panic bought all the hand sanitizer, tin food, and toilet roll they could get their hands on.
And pasta for some reason.
Pasta.
Have a long shelf life.
Yeah, pasta's actually quite a good perishable food though. If it was like World War II, get some pasta and you'll be good. Just like keep some in your store cupboard, you'll be fine.
Until you've eaten it all.
Yeah, and you won't be fine when you've eaten everything because you won't have anything to. But anyway, so
yeah,
everything is though. I went into I forgot what it was now. I went into Aldi and they've put a limit so no customer can buy more than 4 of the same item.
The problem is when they have deals with like get get 5 free.
That's not how the deal works, but yeah. Like I did see a deal that was buy 4 and get 5 for the price of 4, and someone went up to a cashier and was like, I know you've got this rule, but you have a sign up saying if I buy 5 of these I only have to pay for 4 of them, and the cashier was like, I don't want an argument, so I'll just let you win.
Yeah, in this case it is good to let the customer have the spray. Wait, we shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
We're to give them ideas.
Yeah. The problem with the panic buying people is, I admit I went out and panic bought some stuff, but not because I thought, oh no, with Corona the shops are going to shut. I went out and panic bought because if I don't go out and buy stuff now, all the panic buyers are going to empty the shelves and there won't be anything left for me.
The problem is, one type goes, okay, I need to buy everything because of coronavirus, then everyone has to buy stuff because that guy's buying stuff and just there's nothing left.
A massive snowball effect, and somebody who was late to the party just fails. I did see this scheme that I think it was Asda tried to implement, where they said the elderly or the disabled can come in our store half hour before opening times.
Same with the Sainsbury's near my house.
Yeah, but the problem with that is everybody goes in who's perfectly fine and says they're buying for a disabled relative, and the shop.
The disabled relative takes stuff for other people as well.
Yeah, well, the disabled relative taking stuff is less bad, but there's a lot of people to go in there and say, oh yeah, I'm buying for my disabled son or my disabled grandfather or whatever, and the cashiers can't argue because there'll be 1 in 100 people who are actually doing that, and loads of people are just doing it so they can get the stuff.
I do have a confession to make.
Yeah.
My grandma went in there, bought her a lot of pasta, then just bought another lot of pasta for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Didn't get any.
I mean, that's not the most nefarious thing.
Yeah.
She was buying some for herself at the same time. You can't really.
Yeah.
Now,
she's an Italian grandmother. She can do whatever the hell she likes with pasta. Otherwise, well, I guess you get the mafia on your ass.
Yeah. Okay. Enough talk about the mafia on the beating. We went through 2 iterations of this name. It was the Beat Boredom podcast. Now it's the Battling Boredom. This is a new venture. We aren't really that experienced here, but yeah.
First ever podcast we are doing.
Yep, first ever podcast, first ever episode, but still should be good. One thing I did want to do in this was talk about how just because of the lockdown, it doesn't have to be a negative thing.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Well, I mean, I'm not enjoying it so much because I can't like go out and see people, but make it a productive thing. Make it a thing where you could just be like, okay, I'm stuck indoors for the next however many weeks. I have done a bunch of stuff on YouTube and Twitch in the past, and I've decided to just pick that back up because I fell off it just because I didn't have enough time or motivation. But when you get bored enough, you start doing stuff productively and creatively.
Yeah. But right at the start of this, I did what I'm calling an artsolation challenge, air quotes, which is basically I just draw a piece of artwork for 30 days and just see how I get on and how
you improve day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
After, I think I'm at 9 days now, but I've also already seen a massive improvement.
Yeah, that's really good. So yeah, one of the suggestions I'd like to make is of some things like movies and games people can play. If maybe you don't feel like being productive, if you don't feel like learning something or writing something or recording something, you should just be able to sit back and catch up with 5 seasons of What My Grandmother Ate for Breakfast on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing? Never heard of that.
Probably not, but you never know. A sec. Yeah, so, I want to recommend, as things to do, just another platform you can do is watching people on Twitch. And someone I know who streams on Twitch is actually me. So if you'll get that bored, this will be published on YouTube, so the links in the description will lead to my YouTube and my Twitch. Well, it'll be on my YouTube, but there'll be a link to my Twitch, so that's something you can do if you're bored. Is there anything you want me to plug, mate?
No.
No.
Really.
No, alright. I'll also...
I'm so antisocial, I barely post anything.
Yeah. I will say, though, while we're here, you wanted to mention Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, Disney Plus just came out. It's basically the only way to watch anything Disney anymore.
Yeah.
Also, guess what comes out on DVD in about 2 days?
What comes out on DVD in 2 days? I don't actually know.
Knives Out.
Oh, Knives Out's on DVD. I wanted to see that in the cinema and I just never got around to it.
It's so good.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Good. It starts out just like a whodunit with the mansion, the rich billionaires guy, and you see how that's all progressed.
Yeah.
And then once, actually I can't really say because it'll spoil the movie.
Yeah, don't spoil it, but I've seen a review of it because I really like that game. It's just like, I'll watch a review, I don't know. Whatever. Stuff happens, I guess. And one of the great things about going to Netflix or Disney Plus things is you could just watch. Obviously, some people can't afford streaming services, and I know a lot of people have stopped. But one thing you can do is just YouTube.
Yeah.
If you can't afford the subscription services, go find stuff you like watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just pirate it.
Okay, can we not? I don't want to get in legal trouble. Can we just?
Some people pirate it, not us here. We buy things legally.
We don't recommend pirating any sort of software, video content, or just don't do illegal stuff. All right, just don't
do crimes.
Yeah, don't commit crimes, and don't do crimes, please.
Yep.
This has turned into the crime prevention podcast so fast, but never mind.
Yeah.
Now,
also, I was just surprised of how much stuff is on Disney Plus. Just this is on here, this is on here. You just go through it I didn't know this stuff existed anymore.
No, I've not actually got Disney Plus. I've been considering it on and off, and I think I might get it for 1 month at some point, watch everything I want off there, and then cancel it.
Yeah.
That's my intent at some point, which is a good recommended way to bypass the subscription service payment part of it, but also getting to watch it is just to get it for 1 month and then cancel, so you've got a month to watch everything you want to see off there.
Or you just wait for everything to come out on there and then just use the 7-day free trial to binge everything.
Oh, you get a free trial? Yeah, just binge everything and get a free trial, binge everything, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, and if anything else that comes out, you can just create another email account.
Yeah, I have more than enough email accounts for that anyway.
Also, There's just so much random and also good stuff on there.
Yeah, of course there is, but
The lack of exercise in quarantine. Lockdown.
yeah, lockdown with quarantine is a big issue. We are currently allowed out for essential food shopping and 1 period of exercise per day while maintaining social distancing, which is 2 meters from other people.
Yeah, unless I guess they're in your household.
Yeah. It also they've put a thing out where they're forbidding social gatherings of more than 2 people who are not from the same household. What I'd like to know is, how do they check if people are from the same household when they come across people in the street? Anyway.
Yeah, it's just no, sir. Please do not tell us we're part of the same household.
Yeah, I mean,
Please put the gun down.
I think the main problem they're trying to sort is like people having massive parties and barbecue things where it's obviously not. But apparently the United Kingdom's police force has been given extra powers, and then they've not been clear about what extra powers means, or the way I like to put it is what holster extra powers fits into.
Yeah.
But
it give a whole new meaning to going to a barbecue and having a corona.
yeah, that's no. Let's not have that conversation here.
Okay, I'll just leave now. Okay. Goodbye.
Yes. Speaking of goodbye, this is probably just going to be a episode for this podcast because we don't have enough content to fill a huge amount of time, do we?
Yes, this is us. Signing off.
They're not signing off yet. I'd just like to say a couple of on the production side of the podcast. Obviously, creating this podcast in its current form costs us nothing but a bit of time, a bit of editing on my part, and just uploading it to YouTube. The logo was designed by Zack, so thank you, Zack, for the wonderful logo you made us. It's really good. That's what you're seeing right now if you're watching this on YouTube. There's just the big logo on the screen. Now, I'm tempted to say, yeah, I'm going to create a brand new YouTube channel to upload these to. So there's just going to be a channel called Battling Boredom, which is going to have the podcast uploaded to it. And eventually, if this podcast gains in popularity, I just got a Discord message. Excuse that noise. So, yeah, oh god, I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, so at the minute it doesn't really cost us anything but a bit of time and a bit of effort, but I would like to eventually put this on platforms like Spotify, maybe iTunes, but I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
But I would like to eventually put it on at least Spotify, and the program for putting things like this on Spotify, which is called, the main hosting service, which is called Libsyn, that costs a few pounds a month to actually have. So if this podcast reaches the point where it's popular enough we can justify that, then I'm planning to eventually put it to there. So if you have reached if this podcast has brought you some value, maybe consider putting a bit of value back in. In the description of this is a link to my personal Patreon, which, as nobody's going to go there for anything but this, to be honest, then I will probably, to be fair, any money that goes from that I will put into Libsyn anyway. But if it exceeds, which it never will, but if it exceeds the price of Libsyn, then I'll split it with you, mate.
Oh, thanks.
It's never going to do that, but yeah, I'll make. If by some mad amount of luck it ever does, then sure. So I think this is about all we've got for content for the podcast. Please check.
Constructive criticism would be great.
Any questions or criticisms can be put as comments on this. I am going to create an email for you to send in any questions to and put that in the description of this, but that will not be created yet, so any comments we will go through and read. And thank you for listening. We will be here again. What?
All of the one person commenting?
Yeah, all one of you commenting. So, hopefully you enjoyed this quick podcast. This is just a pilot episode. Hopefully future ones will be longer when we have more to talk about. And what day of the week are we in? Is it Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
What day of the week do we want to publish this? Because I'm down for getting out tonight. It's like 8 o'clock.
Monday?
Not Monday. Sunday I can make nah. I don't know. We'll figure out when we upload this, and it'll be more concrete soon.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Sorry.
Nothing.
You said like something like soggy squid. That really
I
confused.
didn't say anything, Tom.
I heard soggy squid. Anyway. Thank you for watching. Watching. Yeah, they've watched this. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you've enjoyed and got some entertainment out of us two rambling. And we will hopefully see you again here on this channel next week.
This is Zack signing off.
This is Tom going away. Goodbye.